Hey, my name is Greg, and I'm a math and science tutor for Scalar Learning. So before, I used to be an electrical engineer. I designed electrical power transformers, and I worked on AT&T's internet network and things like that. And while it was interesting, I didn't really like working for a big company or behind a desk. I needed a little more movement and excitement in my life. Then eventually I ended up with tutoring. And I really love tutoring because I got to go back to the math and the science that I really loved, what I was learning when I was an engineer. And I really just loved working with the kids and seeing their faces light up when they're like, got that like, aha moment. That just always makes my day. So I'm really all about service and just helping the kids learn to the best of their abilities and maximizing their success. So one of the coolest things when you're able to help a kid really understand something for the first time, it's really a powerful moment because you can see in their face as they're struggling at first and maybe there's resistance and they don't want to do it, and suddenly they're starting to learn and all of a sudden it just like clicks in place and they light up and they smile and they're like, wow, like it finally makes sense. And then all of a sudden they have more energy and they can put that energy into their learning and their education. And that just empowers them more and more and more every time they get those little aha moments. And it's so important to me to be able to help and deliver those for the students that I work with. My favorite thing about teaching science-based subjects is really because it's just like applied mathematics. So you get to take all the mathematics that you learn and all the formulas and the theories and stuff, and then you get to actually apply it to real life. Like for physics, for example, you get to take all these formulas and you get to actually calculate how things move around, the forces on objects and things like this. So it's actually one of the common questions that I get is like, what am I going to use this math for? Well, this is an example of what we use it for. We use it to calculate all sorts of things from architecture and building roads and building bridges to electronics and designing computers and all this stuff. So that's why I really love science, because it really blends all these beautiful mathematics into one subject. One of my favorite things about coaching kids for standardized tests like the SAT or ACT or ISEE is just that I really love just empowering the kids. And I can see that in the beginning, they maybe feel really intimidating because these types of tests can be really intimidating. There's a lot of important things that hinge on these tests and it's very high stakes. And so they can feel really like out of control and like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? But then as you work with them and you explain to them all the little patterns and all the things they really look for, they start to get it more. And then they can feel like, yeah, I can do this. And they feel like they really have their future in their own hands and they can control their own future and decide their own destiny when they start realizing that, hey, yeah, I can learn this. And if I practice enough, I can get this and I can make it happen. So for me, being able to enable that is really important because I guess I'm a little bit of a weirdo, right? Like I like standardized tests. Like I like going in there and being able to figure out all the little different patterns and all the little shortcuts, and then being able to go and share that with my students and help them do the same and get to where they want to go and help realize their dreams. That's an incredible experience for me and for them. Thank you guys so much, and I look forward to working with you.